I had a scholarship to Michigan State University, East Lansing, for mathematics, of all things. My goal was that time was to teach math on a 7th, 8th grade level or high school, and be a coach. I wanted to be a basketball coach. I'll digress a little bit here. I'll tell you two stories at once. I had the scholarship, graduated from high school. Unbeknownst to me, Mr. Ferguson, the choir director, had sent tapes of me to Indiana University. So after I graduated from high school, going to Michigan State, I got letters from Indiana saying, we award you 4 scholarships in music. So here I am going, whoa, I love to sing, but am I going to be a singer? So I had to, make a real quick decision. I wanted to know by July the 7th or something like that. I graduated June 30th. I wanted to know by July 14th, whatever it was. So I just went through my mind, talked with my mother and father, talked to some people, Mr. Ferguson, what do you think, can I do it? He said, you can do it. So I contacted Michigan State first and said, can I get out of my scholarship? I said, yes, and did too. Went to Indiana. Music people, when you had 18 hours of credit, didn't mean you went to school 18 hours. Chorus alone was 9 hours a week, 1 credit. Voice lessons, 3 credits, 3 times a week. I mean, most of that was even, but a lot of the things were many hours for the credits. So I was going to school like 24, and then you're involved in the opera, which is rehearsal extra, other things, So I never forget this. I auditioned. I had 2 arias. I sang the one I felt was better. Questo Quella from Rigoletto. Sang it. And I thought I did well. They clapped. That was good. Okay. I'm a freshman. I look up at the 4th day of class, and there's a board that has the casting of the operas. And so, Magic Flute, there's an A class and a B class. They always have 2 casts. So I see my name. I said, oh, my name. The guy next to me is Tom Wright. I met him. He's from Oklahoma. This kid was 18 years old, but knew everything about opera. His music history. He wasn't so much a performer, but he was a music historian. 18 years old. Knew everything about opera. I said, Tom, look. I said, there's my name. I said, Tamino? Is that a good part? He goes, Tamino? That's the tenor lead. I said, really? I didn't even know that Tamino was the tenor lead. When they asked me to pick my teacher, they had this whole list of Metropolitan Opera people. I didn't know anybody. They were famous. I didn't know them. So, who do you want to study with? I went, who should I study with? I don't know. Well, Mr. Charles Kuhlman? That sounds good. He's a tenor at the Metropolitan Opera for 25 years. I didn't even know who he was. So anyway, Mr. Charles Kuhlman, I walk in, and this is a famous Metropolitan Opera tenor. So we started to take lessons. He's a very nice man. Oh my God, he was so wonderful. But he didn't know he was his first teaching position. And basically he was a performer, still performing. So he would you'd imitate what he did. You'd sing and he'd do it like this, After about 3 weeks of doing Tamino, he goes to me, he said, you can't sing Tamino. It's too hard for you. I said, well, I'm going to do it. He said, okay. So I did do it. I made my debut when I was 18, singing Tamino.
Wow.
So, and it went on from there.
This list of teachers that they put in front of you,
Yeah.
were they faculty members?
They were faculty members, yeah.
Okay.
Very, very famous. Madam Mansky, Martha Lipton, I remember some of the names now, Hans Busch, Margaret Harshaw, who I studied with later on. Many, many famous people who were on the rosters of the opera companies throughout the world. Fantastic. Famous people.